Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to Sunday. Welcome to what is going to be the final FIFA 18 Ultimate Team random pick episode. This is it. This is the final episode. So, I do have my trusty controller and my trusty iPhone X in my hand, and I'm going to be asking Siri to pick out some players for me from the special items that I've got. It does seem to be the most popular and the one that you guys enjoy the most, so this is how we will wrap things up for FIFA 18, and then of course we will start with the random pick again on FIFA 19, and it will feel all fresh and new because there'll be a couple of weeks gap in between, and we'll have a whole bunch of new players to work with, right? So, to get things started, if you'd do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button, don't forget to do that, and of course subscribe to my channel if you are excited for some FIFA 19 coming up really soon. Let's get stuck in, shall we? So the players that I've got at my disposal, we will go for the first 10 pages as always. There's been a little bit of movement. I've got rid of some of the rubbish that I don't want in my club. So yeah, we've got the loans, yeah, we've got a whole bunch of tradable tots and stuff. It was mainly on this page that I got rid of some of the tots players that I just wouldn't ever really use, and then a whole bunch of cool Festival of Football players, and of course we get to the untradables. Page 7 is obviously going to be a banger, page 8 will be a banger, so will page 9 to be fair. And then the final page actually does include some icons. You know, we do have the likes of Rui Costa and Rio Ferdinand coming into it simply because I got rid of some tradable players, so it shifted everything over a little bit. So there's a chance. We'll see what we get. And, well, let's just get straight into it, shall we? Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 3.
It is 3. So that's going to be tradable tots, I'm imagining. Some pretty good ones too, hopefully. What have we got on page number 3? Okay, Dele Alli I would love. Rodrigo Heung-min Son. Oh, you know I love him. There's a fair few goalkeepers and stuff though. Leon Bailey I would take as well. I don't know. It's sort of half amazing and half kind of eh. So we'll see what we get given. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 5.
It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heung-min Son, team of the season. That's a really, really good way to start our episode. It probably also means that I'm going to be using that Dele Alli at the end of the page to get a chemistry link. But I don't know yet. We never know how the team's going to actually go. But damn, we started with one of my favourite players on this game, 92 rated Heung-min Son. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 5.
It's 5. What's on page number 5? We have got, I mean, this is a good page of players. I'm going to call it right now. We're probably going to get Van Persie, because I swear, every time I land on a page with Van Persie on it, we actually get him. But we'll see, shall we? Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 10.
Oh, it's 10. We're actually going to get birthday David Alaba. That's fine. I'll take that. He'll work in my midfield quite nicely. I'm not sure who we're going to link him to, but I'll figure out something. Let's get that third and final player. Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 2.
Is 2. Oh, so this is going to be some of my best team of the season players and a team of the year as well. Pretty much anyone. I don't want PK. I don't really want Peterson or Tellez or Koulibaly. I don't know. I'll pretty much take anyone, but those are the ones that I don't want the most because they're the least exciting. But shall we see what Siri gives me? Hey Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
Random number between 1 and 10 is 5.
It's 5. What is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We have one of my favourite centre-backs on this game. So actually, we've got a centre-back, a centre midfielder, and then a winger. So we've got a defender, a midfielder, and an attacker in this episode. That's pretty good. I'll try and mix it up and get a fairly decent hybrid going as much as I possibly can. Obviously, Benatia's nation hasn't got that many crazy players. I'm gonna have to link him to Juve players. Same with David Alaba, Austrians in the Bundesliga. There's a couple, but we'll see what I can make work. And then of course Koreans in the Prem. I'm probably gonna have to use Spurs players. I'll see what I can do, but those are 3 pretty popular players on the game, so I'm sure I'll make it work. Okay, so random pick as normal. It's time to create the squad, choose a formation, and today I'm going down the 4-3-2-1 route. I reckon it's probably the most popular one that I've used this year on the random pick, so hey, why not finish with that, right? And this is where I'm going to be playing my three players. Left centre-back for Mehdi Benatia, right centre midfield for David Alaba, and then, of course, left forward for Heung-min Son. The team looks a little bit like this. There's just one player there that's not a special item, or kind of two if you count the Brazilian left-back Alexandro, because he's not really a special item, he just sort of kind of is. But anyway, you could use like Team of the Season Hummels in the centre-back spot if you wanted to have a full special team. But I got Gigi Buffon in goal, I've got Alexandro at left-back, there is a special version of him as well if you want to use it. And then Team of the Season Kimmich at right-back, with regular Jerome Boateng at the centre-back spot. Now, he was someone that I really liked at the start of the game, one of the best centre-backs, so to then bring in someone who's one of the best centre-backs on the game now, who is our random pick player, Mehdi Benatia, I feel like that could be a good duo on this game. 94 rated Benatia just looks ridiculous, and he features in my top 5 defenders video. If you haven't seen that, check it out in the top corner. He is one of my favourites, so I'm very happy that we've got him today. Fernandinho and Yaya Toure, two 93 rated Man City midfielders, feature in the centre of midfield today. And then, of course, we have our second random pick player, that is going to be David Alaba. The Austrian, who is normally a left back, has this position change for the FUT birthday. 87 rated with very good pace for a centre midfielder at 87. That's quick. That's very, very quick. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. Now moving on to the front three, I've gone with two very good options and then a bit of a lull option. We have Raheem Sterling, who's a great option, and then well, we've got 88 rated Peter Crouch. Why not, right? Why not? You can use any Prem striker, really, so just go with whatever you've got, whatever you fancy using. I wanted to use big old 2-metre Peter. I mean, there's just no reason not to, is there? And then our third and final random pick player is, of course, Heung-min Son, 92 rated team of the season. Absolutely love this guy. 95 pace, 95 dribbling, crazy shooting as well, 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot, and a really nice dynamic image of him going like that. It's just good. So we move on into the clips. Now, this is, like, playing these games at this time of the year, it's weird. There's not really many people playing FIFA, and the ones that are, I don't know, I had a lot of games where my opponents were just out-possessing me. Whoever they were still, like, super try-hard. Now, I could score goals against it, but it wasn't a huge amount of fun. I'm just so in, like, the FIFA 19 mode right now, where I just want to be playing the new game, that, yeah, although this team looks kind of crazy on paper, like, it wasn't an absolute joy to play with. So roll on FIFA 19 as soon as possible, so we can all be on that, doing Road to Glory's new series and all of that good stuff. Like, I genuinely am buzzing, cannot wait. I love this time of year when the hype is there for the new game. We all want it in our hands. How long is it going to take for us to get it? So I scored goals with Peter Crouch, a couple. I mean, he does pop up with the odd goal. He's going to be in the right place at the right time every now and again, isn't he? And then also Raheem Sterling. It was basically goals from my front three, and that's what you would expect with this formation. Yeah, I might have got through with Yaya once or twice, or like David Alaba went on a run because he's very quick, and I just didn't end up scoring. Simple as that, you know. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It would be nice to have a couple of goals for, you know, all of my players from the random pick, you know, get a corner header or something with Benatia, but it just didn't quite work out that way, and all of the goals came from my front three. Most of them obviously coming from Heung-min Son, because, well, the guy is a beast. Now, I actually came up against the better version, the best version of Heung-min Son, that 94 rated striker, and I just about kept him at bay by outscoring him, I think. But yeah, very, very solid. I do feel like maybe towards, now that I've like literally recorded my last FIFA 18 gameplay video, it's time for me to just pick up that one or two last players that I'd love to have in my club. Would you recommend, do I upgrade from Tot's Son to the 94 Son? Even though I like the card design and stuff more on Tot's Son. The dynamic images there, and the Tots design is obviously amazing. But then, like, he's got one without the dynamic image, but it's pink and yellow at striker with better stats. I don't know. Is there a huge price difference? Do you guys know? Should I be picking that one up for my sort of like nostalgia team to look back on in a year or so? That was the best goal I scored out of the lot, by the way. This guy was actually quite solid, really, really good at possession, and it took me a while to get a few goals against him, and then I just randomly tried to rainbow flick the defender. It worked. I hit the volley, and it all worked out absolutely brilliantly for me. We ran off celebrating, which is just the best feeling, isn't it? So yeah, the main man, who of course now won't have to do his military service. I said this in a video the other day, after helping Korea win the Asia Games, which is, you know, brilliant. He can continue to play on for Spurs for the next couple of years instead of doing what people of his age and that nationality would do, which is, you know, actually, you know, do the military service for their country. But I think this is probably the last goal that I ended up scoring. This guy had a full Arsenal team, and he was playing at Highbury, at the Emirates with an Arsenal kit as well. So it was kind of nice to score a goal with a Tottenham player. Like, I imagine that one didn't feel too good. But yeah, anyway, we need to give like a final rating for our final random pick players on our final episode of the random pick today. In goal, Gigi Buffon did all right, to be fair. I conceded a few goals. It's FIFA 18. We all know that that's going to happen, don't we? Right back and left back situation. You know, you have like someone who hasn't been upgraded in the 86 rated Alexandro, and he still does a bloody brilliant job. And then you have someone like Kimmich, who regular version wouldn't be super usable right now, but this 95 rated one is just superb. I love him. On the other hand, 88 rated Jerome Boateng, still super usable. You know, he just still does have the stats and the overpoweredness to be a great player on this game, even without using a special version of him. So Benatia for me is going to get a 5-star value for money. He's also going to get a 9.5 out of 10. Like, genuinely up there as one of the best centre-backs in the game. He wouldn't be in my top 5 defenders otherwise, and I do love him, and I do think he's well worth the coins that you'll pay for him if you're still looking to go out and buy a player like that. Maybe for your final teams and stuff, it would be a good option. Moving into the rating our 3 midfielders then. Yaya Toure, I love him. Fernandinho, I think, was probably in honourable mentions for my top 5 like CMs or CDMs as well. So these are both players that I do frequently use and try and get into my squads, because they are like end game high ranked, high tier players that everyone wants to use, high quality. And then David Alaba, well, he's going to get a 4-star value for money and an 8 out of 10. I mean, it would be like a 1-star value for money at this stage of the game if I actually paid 290k for him. He's nowhere near that, by the way, but at the time he was, and genuinely I bought him when he came out, and I never sold him because I liked him so much. But yeah, feels bad, bro, that I still have a 290k David Alaba. I could have sold him on and bought him back for an awful lot cheaper than that later down the line. And then to give like a rating to our free attackers, Sterling is just brilliant. Again, I think was in my top 5 wingers. Crouch probably wasn't in my top 5, and still remains outside of the top 5. But he's a fun player, bit of a, you know, like a meme player on the game. You know, an 88 rated Peter Crouch, whereas that came from. But to be fair, I absolutely love that they brought, you know, Little and Large out with him and Defoe a couple of months ago. And then to rate Heung-min Son, we're going to go 5-star value for money, just worth every single penny. And he's nowhere near what I paid either. You know, I've wasted so many coins on players this year, apparently. Let's not give him a 10, but we will go out on a very high rating on the random pick. Heung-min Son just does work on this game. 9.9 out of 10. What a player. Now, try not to get emotional, but this is the end of the random pick for FIFA 18. Thank you once again for amazing support on this series throughout the year. I will continue to make it in FIFA 19. Give me a few weeks. I want to get like those intro videos in FIFA 19 made as and when I can. And then once we're a couple weeks into the game cycle, I will of course start uploading the random pick again. Give me some options in the comment section if there's anything that you think we could add to the series to make it better or anything. That would be amazing. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on this vid. Subscribe if you're new. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.